Well, understanding the MC squared principle will transform your leadership. Hey, I'm Pastor Matt here with your Missionary Pathway Mission Insight. And if you find these insights helpful, take an opportunity, click like and subscribe, share it out with somebody else. And of course, you can be a part of seeing more insights like this created and more training resources launched by becoming a Kairos Catalyst. Your financial support makes things like this possible. So if you'd like to learn how to become a Kairos Catalyst, visit thekairosnetwork.com/give and you can find out how to become a catalyst. So what is the MC squared and how will it transform your leadership? Look, here is the reality of being a ministry leader. As a ministry leader, you pour out a lot. You are the primary visioneer. You are the primary trainer. You are the primary problem solver. And at the end of the day, the buck stops with you. And that can be a lot of weight on your shoulders. And oftentimes leaders can feel like there's no space to simply not have it figured out or to try and figure out what they should do next. They always feel like they have to be confident and bold with their decisions. And so where does a leader go when a leader who's pouring out needs to have somebody pour in? And that's where the MC squared has been so helpful in my life and my understanding of leadership and what I might need in different seasons of leadership. So what is the MC squared? Well, the MC squared is a really simple way that I remember these key areas: mentor, counselor, and coach. And then I'm gonna add a fourth one in here that's technically in the MC squared, which is spiritual director. So when you understand these four different roles and how they can function in your life and leadership, it becomes a game changer. So let's start with the mentor. What's a mentor? Well, a mentor is somebody whose life you look up to. It's somebody that when you look at their life, you're like, that's the way I want to live. A mentor is a very mutual relationship. They're usually somebody that are in your life for a lot longer, almost over the span of a lifetime. They can kind of come in and out, but they're somebody that's kind of a go-to. Somebody that when you look at their life, you want to model that. Having a mentor in your life, somebody in your field, outside your field, is an incredible thing. It gives you a picture of where you could go. It can even help you overcome challenges as you see somebody else that's done that. But it also gives you a better perspective, because sometimes as leaders, we can lose perspective when we're too close to things or we're thinking about things in too small a time frame. And so looking at a leader that's been there before or somebody whose life you want to emulate and taking time to sit down with them and learn from the kind of wisdom that can only be gained over years is an important thing. So having a mentor is huge in your life. The next one is a coach. A coach is somebody that can come into specific seasons of your life. And just like any good coach, a coach is not going to come in and do it for you or tell you how it needs to be done, but they're going to help you become the best version of yourself in a specific season of life or in a specific leadership role. A really good coach is somebody that can come into specific areas and really help you see things you wouldn't otherwise be able to see, help you figure things out by helping you walk through a process. Sometimes all a great coach will do is ask the right questions, but let me tell you something, the right questions are a game changer. I have had different seasons in leadership where key coaches have been a huge help in me being able to move forward and meet challenges and obstacles that I would not have been able to meet on my own. So having a good coach is a really big help. Now, a good coach tends to be seasonal, and a good coach is usually somebody you're probably paying for in a season of life. But believe it's worth it, because a good coach can make all the difference in your leadership. A counselor. Now, what's the difference between a counselor and a coach? Well, a counselor is somebody that you can lay it all out there to. Usually there's somebody that's professionally trained. And in fact, I'd encourage you, if you're a ministry leader, make sure you get somebody that's professionally trained to operate as your counselor. But a counselor is somebody that is not attached to your success or failure professionally. They're somebody that can look at the whole person and help you process life. Somebody you can lay it all out to, and somebody that can help you navigate, give you tools that you might need for areas of your emotional life or your physical life, your spiritual life, whatever that might be. A good counselor can be a game changer. It's somebody that you can talk to about anything and know that you're laying it out there to somebody in a safe space that can help you process it, or at least just help you hold on to it. In leadership, it's really helpful to have a great counselor. You need a place where you can bring some of those burdens of leadership, some of those burdens burdens of ministry to, and somebody that you can lay it out there to. So a good counselor is another great thing to have. Now, the last one I would add is a spiritual director. And I've had the opportunity over the last couple years to have a spiritual director, and it has been a game changer. Now, what's the difference between a spiritual director and a coach or counselor or a mentor? Well, a spiritual director, a good spiritual director, is specifically there to help you connect with God. In fact, one of the cool things my spiritual director does is he does a lot of guided prayer. So he helps me step into times of prayer and silence, gives me different spiritual practice and disciplines that I can try in my daily life that will help me more regularly connect with God. And a good spiritual director finds a way to step out of the way and help you connect with the Holy Spirit and with God, to really hear what God's saying, to help you mine the scriptures in a special and unique way so that God can speak more clearly into your life. Spiritual directors are incredible, and a great spiritual director will probably only meet with you about once a month or a little bit less. But a good spiritual director can give you some incredible tools to learn how to continue connecting with God, which, if you're leading in ministry, is a vital. Here's the deal. Having all four of those in your life, there might be a season where you need all four at the same time, especially if you're going through a harder season of life or ministry. And if you need that, great. In some parts of life and some seasons of leadership, you might only need a few, but understand those different categories, understand how they work, and in certain seasons, reach out and connect. Because the reality of leadership is leadership can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be. When you connect with people around you, they can really help encourage you and strengthen you for the task of leadership that God's given you. So if this was helpful for you, or you need help finding somebody in one of those categories, feel free to reach out to us. We've got some great connections with a few of those that we could help at least point you in the right direction. And of course, if this Mission Insight was helpful for you, click like, subscribe, use it with your team, or share it out with somebody else that you think could use it. And until next time, it's a joy hanging out with you right here on Mission Insights.